Okie dokie, my friends, welcome back. Here we are in part two. So, here we'll be talking about the whole online dating thing. So, or subject to, I guess, because depending on how you want to look at intros, part one, and then the last one's part two, and today's part three. I know that was a pointless sidetrack, but I just thought I'd just point that out. So, subject part two online dating. To clarify one thing before we go into it, I've actually never dated anyone that I met online. Not once. Just saying. So through home attempts, you could say, I've had with online dating or meeting people online or talking to people online, nothing's come up through it. That's already the major points I'm trying to make here is that online dating is a pointless venture for me personally. So no one can say that, oh, Devin, have you tried Tinder? Oh, yes, I have. You know what came out of Tinder? A bunch of pointless conversations that led to literally nothing. Only one time, I don't know if it was Tinder or some other stupid app, but only one time I actually met someone online where I actually gained something out of it, and that was a laugh, honestly. So, just to give a quick summation of that laugh, just because I figured I might as well point it out to you people, since really the end of the video is now. It was just to point out that I have no success in online dating. That's why I should be single, but continuing with this one funny segment. So one person I met online, the conversation was going decent, I guess you can say. Numbers were exchanged, so we were texting. Things were going okay, I guess, and she pointed out to me that she happened to be in possession of either wigs or weaves. I can't remember which one it was. She said, I think it was wigs. And my response was, I'm not surprised. Can you guess what color her skin was? If you guess black, you're not racist, you're correct. So, with that in mind, I said that I'm not surprised because, from my experiences, black women are known to be wearing wigs more than white women. Not saying white women don't wear wigs. I'm just saying, from my personal experience, since I've known more black females most of my life, and pretty much 99% of those black females wear wigs or weaves of some sort, I'm not shocked if you're a black female who tells me you own it, one wig or one weave. Just saying. There's nothing wrong with wearing it. Granted, me personally, I would like to at least know what your natural hair looks like once. What hair grew out of your scalp, when I say natural, not hair that you bought at a store. But if you want to wear that, that's completely fine with you, because it looks nice. So I don't really mind it. I maybe just curious what you look like without the accessories. That's all. Like if you want to know what I look like without a hat, terrible, because my hair is not combed, not cut. So it looks terrible right now. You want to know what I look like without a vest? I can take that off. You want to know what I look like without a tie? I can take it off. Easy. These are accessories. I see a wig and weave, it's the same thing. So there's nothing wrong with wearing it and just saying that that's not what you look like naturally. Nothing wrong with it. So basically I said that, and her response was like, oh, you just assuming things about me, blah, 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 blah. Her tone was basically sounding like she was annoyed at the fact that I was not surprised that a black female had a wig. So he was like, what you trying to say, white girl? And then that's when she went on the whole white girls wear wigs, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I never said they didn't, sweetheart. That's like someone saying, when someone says, Black Lives Matter, and then someone responds with, all lives matter. Like, no, duh. The slogan ain't Black Lives Matter only. The slogan is Black Lives Matter, meaning that they matter too, as an additionally to other lives. But of course, me being me, as a joke, I used to say that all lives matter, just to mess with Black Lives Matter people, but I really didn't care that much. But it was a joke when I say it. With her, you can tell by the message, which I'm so upset that my phone deletes messages after a year. I forgot that I had that set on my phone, so I lost all the messages because I wanted to show it to you guys, but unfortunately I can't. But I did show it to my best friend, I showed it to my dad, and I showed it to a couple girls. Black females, by the way. And they all agreed, basically saying that she was just trying to pick a fight with me. Or she was just being irrational. And I'm especially glad the black female said that, because I was like, thank you. So, but yeah, according to them, they said that she was just trying to pick a fight with you, basically, but you weren't biting. It's like, of course I'm not going to fight with you over this. Facts are facts. Facts are facts. So, I'm not going to argue with you about this. Now, if you want to go on and rant and talk about this, that, and the other, go right ahead, sweetheart. But me being me, I don't care. And so basically, as she was going on her little texting rant, I was over here just laughing my butt off, just responding with kind words. Because I was like, well, I don't have to be mean to you to get you all hot and bothered. So I kept saying like, oh, I'm sorry you feel this way. It's like, are you upset? Has I angered you? I'm sorry you feel this way. That was not my intention. I'm over here saying stuff like this because at this point you're already on an irrational rampage, so I don't have to do anything to ignite the fire. You're just going to get more ignited by every message. So I even said like, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. I wish you the best with all your endeavors. I legit hit her up with a lot of messages like that, and she just kept going off, and it was just beautiful. Even at some point, she said something like, I bet you're over there just laughing at me. And I was like, dang, she knows too much. I don't know, because I was like, I don't recall giving you the impression that I'm a sarcastic a-hole, but apparently you've somehow figured it out. Yes, I'm a bit of a jackal. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, we ended up stopped talking, and then some random, like, months later, I brought it up again. I had messaged her because my best friend said I should. And I was like, sure, why not? And I messaged her. She figured out who the fudge I was. I reminded her who I was, so I'm guessing she deleted my number. And by screenshotting some of the conversations, especially the one where she went off. And then she was like, oh, yeah. And I don't think she said F you. I think she was like, I just remember her just being like, yeah, no. Basically like, no, I don't want to talk to you again. I'm done with you. It's like, okay, well, have a wonderful life. It's just fun. And the best part is I didn't have to do anything to upset her. It's like she just got upset over me just saying, I'm not surprised. Simple words about a wig and your ownership of it. Beautiful. Which made me, but now thinking about it, it's like, I hope she wasn't self-conscious about her hair or something like that, because that would be more reasonable why she was upset. But at the same time, the level of upset didn't make sense. And again, I wish I had the messages. Speaking of which, there's also another funny message situation I'll talk about real quick before I end the video, since I might as well make it go out to 10 minutes, and the second story isn't even as long. Met another female online, on Tinder. It was pretty interesting. The conversation was actually going pretty well, surprisingly enough for me. And throughout it all, basically how it ended was, she was over here doing something similar to another girl I've met done, is basically interviewing me for the position of her boyfriend, as far as I'm concerned, the way she's asking me these questions. Because she's looking for a soulmate, she's looking for a husband, she's over here like, do you want kids, how many, blah, 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 all these type of questions. And I answered her on these questions in particular about the children's situation. And also basically, and then also earlier she asked, what was I looking for in regards to a relationship, and I said, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm on Tinder out of more so curiosity than anything. Now, am I open to the idea of dating? Sure. Am I open to the idea of marriage? Sure. But I have to still be compatible with you. It's not like I'm just like, oh, hi, you're pretty, let's get married. No, that's not how it's going to work, sweetheart. We got to be compatible on a lot of levels for that to happen. I have to meet you at least. If you're expecting a ring over freaking Tinder, no. Just saying. But continue. So she asked me about the whole kid situation, and I told her personally that I don't care about the number of kids. It could be 0 to 12, maybe 13. But my preference, though, is only adoption. Adoption is the only option. Now, am I open to the idea of biological kids? I mean, if it happens naturally, I mean, I'm not going to stop that. If I'm married to the woman, she said she wants to have sex without a condom, she asked me to come inside her, and she get pregnant, then that's the results. I'm not just going to be like, no, sweetheart, we're only using condoms. No, sweetheart, I'm never coming. No, we married. I don't give a fudge. So if you want kids and that's how you got to do it, gosh darn, seduce me and let's get it on. But otherwise, this ain't no Marvin Gaye song. So back to the subject at hand. This is what I was informing her, basically, was how I prefer adoption. I don't care about the number of kids if it's 0 to 12. And she asked me to elaborate, and I basically said, the world's overpopulated, so for me to have biological kids that would cause me to be a bit of a hypocrite, saying that, oh, the world's overpopulated, but then now I'm having children. That kind of goes against my whole philosophy. I don't want to add to the problem if I acknowledge the problem. And then the reason I say adoption, because there are a lot of kids who need homes, which she agreed with. So she's the type of person who wants to have biological kids and adopt. That's her plan. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But at the end of the conversation, she was like, yeah, I don't think you really care about having a family. And I'm like, okay, if that's your perspective. If you want to pursue talking to me or not, that's completely up to you. She's like, yeah, I'm done pursuing talking to you. It's like, okay. That's fine. And then what made it worse, on Tinder, if you unmatch someone, that deletes the thread of messages. So I can't show you those messages either. I'm just like, gosh darn it, people. You could have just blocked me. Unless you were afraid I was going to show people these messages, which if that's why you unmatched me, then that was very clever. Because you're correct, I would have. If I didn't show it on YouTube, I would have showed it to at least my best friend and probably my father. Just because I thought that conversation was hilarious as well. And then I guess this last one I'll just talk about, even though it wasn't really online dating, but it was just a female I met online who I thought was cool, but nothing can happen between me and her because one, she lived in Canada, and two, her family's Muslim and they're very strong about marrying Muslim. So she didn't want to get excommunicated by her family for not marrying a Muslim. So I was like, well, great. So all my online dating experiences were always a failure, if we even got somewhere with the conversation. And I might do a subsection of this showing just whatever message I do have possession of, just to kind of give you an example of what I mean by nothing ever comes out of it. And show you the efforts I have made in the past. And show you that it's not that I haven't gave it an attempt. It's just the universe and the females in the world, they're just like, yeah, this guy's not worth my time. Which I'm perfectly fine with, because that goes along with why I prefer to be single, and more importantly to this segment, why I need to be single. So that ends this segment. I hope you enjoyed, and if you watch the next part, we'll be talking about my past relationships. And if I just do decide to make this subsection, I may put a description up. It's amazing how I can't speak. A link in the description below, and I'll maybe mention it in the next one, or make a video pointing out that it's up. Anyways, for those who watch the next one, see you there. Peace out.